Hello, Danny Lee OGT here, OGL. We are, this is a spur of the moment thing. There are a few reactors or just people who are musically knowledgeable that we look up to, and we take a lot of weight or gravity in what they say and about different things. And I know Elizabeth Jaroff is one, Rick Beato is one. We have several that are really knowledgeable. I would consider them. I would have their back even if I didn't know what the hell they were talking about. If they told me it was, about music. So, anyway, I just seen a video that one of these people put out where they had to basically stick their foot in their mouth, and we have done this before as comments. Sometimes you get negative comments and telling you how to do things. You should have done this. You should have done that. Man, it's frustrating sometimes. People are like, "Well, who's running this? Me or you?" You know what I mean? You don't really say that, but every now and then you'll say something that's a little smart alecky or something to one person, and then you end up, I apologize, you're just the one that caught the brunt of. I've heard the same thing over and over.
Yeah,
or
like no matter what
it may
you do.
be.
Yeah.
So here's one of our favorites, and we love you. So don't jump on us here for sharing this, but
Okay, this is one of the most embarrassing things that's happened to me since I started this channel. So about 5 years ago, I did this video. It's actually 5 years ago this week. The top 20 keyboard intros of all time. I'm sure many of you have seen it. It's one of the biggest videos on my channel. And my buddy Les Hall came in and played all of these things. They were, I had things like Everything in Its Right Place, Firth of Fifth, Light My Fire,
By the way, I didn't know it, but Eddie Vedder can sing just like Jim Morrison.
That was crazy, yeah.
Anyway, we'll keep going, but he really can.
Foreplay Long Time.
That one's so good.
These are what I consider to be the top 20 greatest keyboard intros of all time. And the number one song that I had on my list was Whiter Shade of Pale by Procol Harum. Wow, not only is Les killing this, but the sound of the organ that we got I thought was perfect.
I agree. Now, real quick, did the tab switch there, Greg?
Yes, it did.
All right, so we have done this some. And if you see, it's 32 minutes, 58 seconds, because we take a long time at the end trying to figure out
The Skyfall Rockman.
what the hell they were saying.
Some way. We apologize for that, but yeah, that was quite an atmospheric, haunting journey there.
We don't stop. We keep talking about it for a while. So anyway.
It kind of blew our minds.
All right, we back with Rick. I hear myself echoing. Are we back here?
Yes.
Of the organ that we got I thought was perfect.
So real quick before Rick talks here, Rick, we love you. You know this. The song I think is meant to confuse you because it's very confusing. I mean, it talks about dancing fire across the ceiling or something. I forget what all it is, but it's a very, very confusing song, and I think it's meant to be. I thought it was an acid trip. Greg thought it was. I mean, we had no idea. And the person that requested it was an Aussie older lady, and she was just laughing. Her, she said we like put her under. She laughed so hard at us. So anyway, I'm always really big on calling myself out if I do something wrong. I've even made videos calling out my own BS. I commend you, Rick, for this, and also feel for you because I kind of been through the same thing. So let's see what he's got to say.
About a year after that, I get this email, and occasionally when I used to do these things, I would get emails from people, and I usually don't respond to things like this, but everybody was always telling you, you should have put this on the list, you should have put that on this, but this one had a really particular funny thing about it. And the guy writes me, he's like, the keyboard player who played the intro to Whiter Shade of Pale in your top 20 keyboards intro made the same mistake everyone does. The last two quarter notes in the bass on bar 8 are A and B, both being the third of their respective chords. Instead of playing A and B, the right hand should play C and G. Apart from that, it wasn't too bad. Smiley face. So me being the complete jerk that I am, and I never respond to things like this, but it's like that's a lot of work for Les to have learned these things. So I write, next time I make the video like this, I'll make sure I call you. Do you think you could learn all 20 of these keyboard parts in one day by ear and play them on camera? And he writes me back and he goes, no, just a Whiter Shade of Pale. I guess you don't recognize my name. So I look at his name and think to myself, Matthew Fisher. There's no possible way that this could be the guy that actually played Whiter Shade of Pale. That was like 60 years ago, 1967. No chance that that guy watched this video, the guy that played the organ on the original version. I immediately go to Wikipedia and I look up Whiter Shade of Pale. And I go down, Matthew Fisher played the organ part. So I write him back and I said, hi Matthew, excuse my idiocy. I literally...
Rick, I feel you, man. I have
I mean, honestly, but in all seriousness, it's really funny, but hats off to Rick. Rick is one of the most musically intelligent guys I've ever seen. And for him to admit a mistake like that, he didn't have to. He could have kept this between himself and Matthew and just had a private chuckle about it, but he put it out there for everyone to see. That's really cool of Rick.
Yeah, even the title of the video is, I admit I got owned.
I got owned, yeah.
So, that's the response.
Said, hi Matthew, excuse my idiocy. I literally have people every day telling me, you didn't do this right, you didn't do that right. What are the chances? Well, as my friend Jay Graydon would say,
you know what the odds of that happening were?
Yeah, it was just 1 billion to 1.
No, 100% because it happened.
It happened. Exactly.
and I said to him, did you actually write the song? Because I knew that there was a lawsuit about this, and he said that he had to sue Gary Brooker and took it all the way to the House of Lords, which is now called the Supreme Court, to get his credit. This is obviously decades and decades later. They actually settled, I believe, in 2009, the lawsuit. You know, the funny thing about this particular song, not only is it one of the most amazing songs I've written, I actually asked Peter Frampton, Peter, what is a perfect song?
Oh, Whiter Shade of Pale. Just because it's such a perfect song.
It's a perfect song. What are the chances that the guy that actually played it and was one of the writers of the song would write me about how Les played it incorrectly? This is the
100%.
reason that my friend Aaron tells me, don't respond to things like this. I mean, I didn't know I had to be a wise guy and do that, but I just thought, man, you know how hard it is to learn 20 of these intros like this, like Les learned for the video, and then come in and play them on camera perfectly, and then to have some guy write to me out of the blue and tell me that after all those 20 things that Les played, that he played 2 chord inversions wrong. I have to admit, I kind of took offense to it. To this day, Les and I laugh about this all the time. Anyways, that's this story. I thought it was funny. I remembered it. I have never mentioned it on here before, but love to know your thoughts. Leave a comment, hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching.
So, I'm going to put the link to that video and the link to Rick's channel down here. He is in one of our
so
channels
informative.
to watch. We love Rick. I mean, he has done interviews with some very, Warren Hayes, Maynard, Danny Carey. He just done one with Billy Corgan. Almost everybody you could think of. And the one I want to think of, even done Carnival, what makes one of their songs a perfect song. Like, so Rick's very knowledgeable in music, and yeah, I think he's getting up to 5 million subs. I think 4 million something. He was.
Check it out. He definitely deserves it. But I love the fact that he's secure enough in his knowledge to where he's not afraid to admit that he was wrong. I also think, but it also he has to be proud of the fact that the guy that wrote Whiter Shade of the Pale watched the video.
Yeah, it's like I never really answer emails either, but if I wouldn't answer that one with Michael, we would have never got to meet Michael. So,
yeah,
and done the Casey Chambers. We'd have probably done it, but it wouldn't have meant as much. So,
yeah, Rick's got 4.36 million subs, so he's almost at 4.5. Yeah, it's a fast-growing channel. Rick's a cool dude. I think he recently had heart surgery, so he seems to be doing really well. He's got to stop yelling at the clouds, Rick. It's bad for the heart. Don't care how bad modern music is.
When you yell at the stars, you may meet yell at the clouds, you may meet the stars.
There you go.
So, all right, mental health is real. We just wanted to have a little fun here and show a little love to Rick. And I've talked to him a very few times in comments and stuff, but he's an amazing guy. So, much love. We'll put the video to when Greg here done Pro Fulcrum. How do you say it, man? The Whiter Shades of Pale, the band.
Oh, Procol Harum.
Yeah. All right. So you see, it ain't. I don't know. It ain't that easy to say, but it is a great song, man.
Oh yeah.
And another keyboard whiz song. The first one he ever done was Emerson Lake and Palmer.
Lonely Man. Lucky Man. Lucky Man.
Lucky Man. Yeah. What a lucky man he was.
I need to redo that reaction too. But yeah, music is your best support group, and Rick is one of those guys that will help you appreciate music even more. So check his channel out.
Good guy. Much love.